Hey everyone, it's MoFad here, and it's been a little while since I posted the last gameplay, so I'm kind of a little bit sorry about that. Maybe I'm not sorry. I'll let you guys decide after you've watched this video. Yeah, just think of this video as my apology for not posting a gameplay in 4 days, or however as long it's been. Actually, no, don't do that. You know what, never mind. Just never mind me and my complete ADD randomness that just happened. Alright, so anyway, the reason I haven't posted a gameplay in my usual timetable is because I've been getting all obsessed with getting a perfect score and beating everyone and, you know, just being the best that there is. And I was just like, you know what, I'm going to stop being obsessed with that, and I'm just going to sit back, relax, and have some fun. And that's what I did today, and I ended up, you know, getting a lot of good games and a couple good gameplays, the best of which you are seeing now. And if this really sucks, then, well, that sucks, because that means my best is horrible. But anyway, I'll start giving you guys some updates. The first of which is, or in fact the only of which, is the montage, the Wii Call of Duty and Conduit 2 montage that I'm going to be posting on Machinima Respawn. You know, the reason that those have not been going faster, you know, that they haven't been higher on the priority list is, well, because I have other things that take precedence over those and are in fact higher on my priority list of life to do. And there's lots of other things that come before Call of Duty, Machinima, and, you know, video games in general. So I know everyone understands that, so thanks for that. And, you know, I will get these rolling because they are important to me to get the Wii community out there. So with that said, I will move on to the subject of today's commentary, which is Operation Rainfall. And I'll just go ahead and explain that real quick. Operation Rainfall is a fan effort to bring 3 games from Japan to America: Xenoblade, The Last Story, and Pandora's Tower. The Xenoblade and The Last Story have both come out in Japan already. I don't believe Pandora's Tower has come out yet. But the 2 that have come out have gotten really good review scores, and they've been out for some time. Xenoblade has been out for about a year and a half, 2 years, and The Last Story has been out for about a year now. And there has still been no word on localizing these games in America, which fans are not happy about. And that's what Operation Rainfall is all about, is getting Nintendo to localize these games. Nintendo of America specifically, to localize these games. And before I get into what Operation Rainfall is doing, I'll talk about why Nintendo hasn't done it on their own yet without, you know, a push from the fans. And the reason is, the core audience to make games for in Japan is the RPG audience, the action-adventure audience. You know, those games are a lot more popular over in Japan. Things that are character-driven and story-driven and are not first-person shooters are much more popular over in Japan. And Western audiences, when you're making a game and pushing a game to Western audiences, you're basically making yourself a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter or a something-person shooter. Something action-packed, lots of blood and gore, lots of grit, and lots of realism and lots of guns. That is basically what you make for a Western audience. When you're developing a game and you go, do I want to make this for a Western audience or for, you know, an Eastern audience? Who do I want to make this for? If you're deciding Western, you're going to have guns, blood, and grit. That's your recipe for a Western audience core title that's going to be successful. So, if Nintendo did make the decision to bring those over, there is no way that they would sell as well here as they did in Japan. Namely because they are not big titles. Like, if it was Final Fantasy, it would probably sell just as well here. Actually, that's a lie. It wouldn't sell just as well. No way. But it would sell really well. Definitely enough to warrant the translation fee and stuff like that. But the same cannot be said for RPGs that do not carry the Final Fantasy name or Squaresoft name. Square Enix, excuse me. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for them. So, Operation Rainfall begins. And the first phase in Operation Rainfall, which is huge by the way, is to go to Amazon.com and pre-order Xenoblade and make it the most pre-ordered game on Amazon.com. And they succeeded in that. And if you think about that, that is a pretty hefty order to fill. You know, making a game the most pre-ordered game on the world's biggest online retailer. That is quite a feat to reach, and it's awesome that they got that. And in fact, they did get Nintendo's attention with that little stunt. And I guess to Nintendo, that's all it is a little stunt, because they replied by saying, "We have no plans to bring these games over to America at this time, but thank you for your enthusiasm and for being such great fans." And that's really not the answer anyone was hoping for. You know, we would at least like to see something like, we'll think about it, thank you for your enthusiasm. Now that we know there's interest, we'll look into it. Something like that would be nice, but unfortunately, I hate to say this, but we're dealing with Nintendo here, and they just don't listen to their fans. It's unfortunate, but they don't listen to their fans. Not in the last 5 years, since the Wii's been out anyway. They have not been listening to their fans. So, that's unfortunate, but that's a whole nother commentary in general, the impact the Wii has had on Nintendo fans. But Operation Rainfall has several more phases in its plan, and considering how successful it's been so far, and the fact that they are still going even after Nintendo kind of shot down their pre-order strategy, it's really cool. And I believe the next phase in their plan is to, on a certain day, every single member of Operation Rainfall, which it's not just the IGN boards, it's a lot of different message boards, and a lot of internet communities have gathered up into this and joined Operation Rainfall. And the next planned operation they have is to bombard Nintendo with phone calls and letters on a specific day, asking where Xenoblade, The Last Story, and Pandora's Tower are. Nintendo of America, that is. And they're just going to call them and bombard them with all sorts of questions, trying to get them to tell us where those 3 games are and why we are not getting them. We're really trying to push, Nintendo to give us an answer. And IGN staff has even gotten on board, and they're trying to get an interview or even just a statement from Reggie, who is the president of America, on the matter. But I am now out of time on my commentary, and I think I ran this commentary like 3 times because the last 2 were ADD and all over the place, and I just wasn't happy with them. And that didn't even matter. It didn't even need to be there. That was totally ADD. So yeah, thanks for listening to the commentary, guys, and I will see you later. Oh, and if you would like to join Operation Rainfall, it's very easy. You just look up Operation Rainfall, and you should find a way to join like that. And you'll find the dates that they're going to be bombarding Nintendo with phone calls and emails. So once again, see you guys later. Thanks for watching.